Well, welcome everyone to part one of our three-part Easter Saturday devotional. You know, Easter is marked by the big moment events like Good Friday, Resurrection Sunday. I'm sure we're all familiar with those days. And over the last few years, I began to wonder, what about Easter Saturday? For some people, it just means mowing the lawn. But was there any significance attached to Easter Saturday itself? And in my reading, I found that the early church, the church of the Middle Ages actually, began to recognize Easter Saturday as the harrowing of hell. Now that word to harrow is an old English term that literally means to plunder or to seize. And that's the whole concept that comes into Easter Saturday, that after Jesus' death, he actually achieved or accomplished something. He did something in death, in winning back all that had been lost through the brokenness of sin for humanity. And there's some Bible passages that tend to point towards this. Ephesians chapter 4, Paul writes about Jesus, when he ascended on high, he led captivity captive and he gave gifts to men. And then he qualifies it and he says, now this he ascended, what does it mean but that he also first descended into the lower parts of the earth? And he who descended is also the one who ascended far above all the heavens that he might fill all things. And then he finishes by sort of naming some of the gifts, and that is he gave some to be apostles, prophets, evangelists, and pastors and teachers. And so this whole concept is that Jesus actually went down before he went up. We're all familiar with the ascension, but we don't often talk about his descension into the lower parts, which would, in maybe our parlance we might consider as hell. Certainly in the Jewish mindset, it would have been Sheol, or the place of the departed, the place of the dead. And Jesus, the whole thought being, Jesus took back all that sin and corruption and death has stolen from man. Peter hints at this as well. In 1 Peter 3, it says that he went and preached to the spirits in prison. 1 Peter 4, that the gospel was also preached to those who are dead. Again, unusual thought, but the whole concept of everything that's been lost to humanity through the brokenness of sin has been reclaimed by Christ. And of course, obviously, this begins with forgiveness and restoration of our relationship with God.
It wasn't so long ago that you were mired in that old stagnant life of sin. You let the world, which does not know the first thing about living, tell you how to live. You filled your lungs with polluted unbelief and exhaled disobedience. We all did it. All of us doing what we felt like doing when we felt like doing it. All of us in the same boat. It's a wonder God didn't lose his temper and do away with a lot of us. Instead, immense in mercy and with incredible love, he embraced us. He took our sin-dead lives and made us alive again in Christ. He did this all on his own, with no help from us. Then he picked us up and set us down in the highest heaven, in company with Jesus, our Messiah. What are a few significant changes for the better that Jesus has made in your everyday life? Take a few moments to meditate on these and be thankful for what God has done.